felt like, okay, I have all this creativity bubbling up inside, and I can't do anything with it really and truly because we can't go outside, because we
Right.
can't do much. And then boom, there's this African team dress.
Right.
Following year, straight from Miss SVG. From that we go 1,000 shells.
Yeah.
But those two definitely did stand out. And like I said earlier, a lot of your pieces stand out because your pieces do tell a story.
Right.
And as you said, it's very intentional. So what is really the creative process behind that? Because we see you work with Karen, we've seen you work with Risa, seen you work with Maria, and you would have these shots that are telling a story. Every time you have a campaign, there is a full campaign rollout.
Right.
So tell me more about that.
Yeah. I think everything should be seen within a context. And as a creative, it's important for you to identify where the inspiration came from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people buy a story at the end of the day.
They do.
You know, and apart from that, it just wouldn't feel complete if I was to just say, here, look some clothes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, I want you to know, you know, I studied these rocks at the river for 3 weeks before I was able to derive this print and this particular pattern, you know. I can't tell you where it comes from, like where the initial ideas come from. I receive them. You know, sometimes when you really think about it, right? So you had this idea to do this podcast, right? Did you have the idea? Like, where did it come from? Didn't you receive it? Did you actually think of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a creative, and I'm not very religious, but I'm a very spiritual person.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't tell you where the inspiration dropped from. Like I've trained myself to find inspiration from everything around me, you know. And once I do, then I go straight to Maria with it. Maria is my business partner, my marketing person, the person that will say, yeah, I think you're going a little too far, you're going to step on some toes, Yeah, I go straight to her. And we have another person. I mean, the thing is, I have a all female team,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like my production team, they're all women.
Okay.
Funny enough, we have 2 mother-daughter combos.
Really?
So I have 2 seamstresses, mother and daughter, and I have 2 assistants, mother and daughter.
Okay.
And then we have Maria, and then we have Chevelle, who is my
Pick up Chevelle.
yeah, who's my accounting person, and we have Karen, who's my consultant. And then we have Janad. He's the only male on the team.
Pick up Janad. I don't know how you get onto this team before I could get onto this team, but all right, I see you, Janad, in everything.
Yeah. So when I come with the ideas, like the last one we were doing tough, I was like, yeah, boy, because I want to bring out this real grunge backyard kind of feel, because there's denim and this thing, and I was like, so I called them up in there, and they're like, oh, geez, you know what? I want chicken in the shoot. And then I said, you mean like a fowl? What do you mean? Like, yeah, like a hen. You know, and like everybody was surprised that we actually was going to get the hen, and it was the start of the shoot. You know, so everybody just kind of know, okay, when she get the idea, she's kind of pipe down. It's kind of, because it's like a train for me. If I could, I mean, I could say this on air, I do smoke a lot of weed too. To me,
you're an addict.
I'm not, definitely not.
You just said you're an addict.
No,
that's what I heard you say.
That's not what I said.
That's what I heard you say.
Not what I said at all. That's not it.
So you do smoke a lot of weed.
I do. It's no secret. You remember a couple years back we did a collection called Sativa.
Yes, with the short film.
Yes. Yeah. At the time, really psychedelic sequence were in, and then we kind of, fuse the whole psychedelics with the psychedelic sequence, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I often, as soon as we come off of a high season, I kind of get into that zone where, okay, what's next? Mm-hmm. I do some research on, okay, what's happening in the wider world with fashion right now? What are some of the social issues that women are facing? How do I want to tie this theme to what we're experiencing on a daily basis as women? you know, and a lot of times I do a brainweb, multiple brainwebs. I actually sit and write my ideas down. I sit with my ideas like on a daily basis.
Okay.
You know, I do research. I go back 5 years back. Okay, what did such and such wear to the Grammys at this point in time? Like, what were some of these shows I was watching? I remember when I was younger, I used to watch this show called Designing Women. I'm an 80s girl. Like everything that I do has some type of 80s inspiration. Like
Like jewelry.
yes.
Like I'm looking at it, I'm like,
Yes.
where have I seen this
I am
before?
queen of excess. Too much is never enough for me. I love, you know, some people say less is more. No, more is more for me. Love, that's just me. That's my thing.
Mhm.
You know? So yeah, that's basically my creative process. And everybody gets involved in it. Sometimes my team, my production team that is, they're awesome. Right? And when I walk into the shop like a mad woman and say, okay, hey, we're working on a dress today, we're going to make it from burlap, and we had a stick on 10,000 shells on it. And everybody over there like, right, okay.
You know, it's funny because you would say, "Oh, people want me to make dress from seawater," but then when you go on Twitter, you see Maria and Lisa has come to stress me today. Here she calls it this far-fetched idea, and we now have to see it through.
Yeah. Yeah, and we had to see it through. We have to see it through. We have to see it through.
I would say though, I do not know if it is me being in communications or just the visuals always stand out to me. Every time you put out a visual, even though it is not men's clothing, I'm always interested in it. I remember one time Maria had modeled a kind of silver reflective looking dress, and I think it was on a river. It was shot.
Right.
And there was one, I think it was Karen sewing. No, it was you
No, it was me
sewing.
sewing.
And
Yeah.
Karen was at this mill. That art in those shoots were amazing. And I found myself looking back, and I remember when I was in Taiwan, I was doing events I did on all white party. I told Maria, hey, can I use some of your your clips to promote this party? Because I really love seeing them. And not just that, there was the same chicken. Because you have the clothesline, the denim hanging off the clothesline, and I'm like, you ever feel like you're before your time with those?
Wow. That's for you to even say that as a compliment for me though. I don't know. I feel sometimes I know I'm a little bit different. That for
Well,
sure I
that's a
know.
good thing.
It's a good thing, yeah. But that for sure I know. Never actually felt like I was before my time, no. But thanks for saying that. That's a real compliment.
Because I don't know all of the marketing that you do, all of the stuff you put out, always draws me in specifically.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. And I could tell there's a lot of thought behind it, and there is a team.
Yeah. And I liked it. I like, you know, when you're doing match, you gotta show you're walking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's exactly that.
Yeah.
That is exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the build up. I like you to understand, okay, where it came from. Like, how do we do this? Like, how did, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And Maria is great at putting together a story. Right? So sometimes we'll be on a call for hours, trashing out an idea. Right? As I said, sometimes she'll have to reel me back in and she'll be like, okay, all right, hey, so this might not be received the way you intend for it to be
What's
received.
one thing you could remember that she said that would not be
No
received
to.
well?
Some of the imagery that I wanted to use for the Sativa film, she was a little bit concerned that, you know, people would brand the brand or perceive the brand in not such a good way. At the time when we did that short film, people weren't as liberal with marijuana at that time.
Oh.
They really weren't.
6 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it was still a little bit taboo.
Mm.
It was still a little bit taboo. So yeah, that was definitely one of the things that she was like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could use a little bit of the leaf, but you know, you can't show the whole plant, or because I wanted to go on a whole ganja plantation. You know, and she was like,
I mean, it would have been good. I don't want to say shots, but
yeah.
some good shots. In there, and you over there, pop, pop.
Yeah, but yeah, she sometimes we sit for hours trashing out an idea.
Hey, well, it
Hours,
shows.
hours,
It
hours. Yeah.
definitely shows because even when you did the Poshelle goes to New York or Poshelle goes to Barbados, and you have your little airplane, you were doing that before, and I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong in saying this. I'm pretty sure you were doing that before the event started branching out to the different
Yeah.
countries. I was like, yo, that little plane is really cool.
Yeah.
Stuff like that on a track.
Yeah, of course.
I really like it.
Of course. Yeah, she's great at building a story. She's really good at building a story. And sometimes you underestimate that, right? Because to really to execute something visually so that people understand what's happening in my head,
Mhm.
that's pretty dope to be able to do that. So
This thing is a
yeah.
madhouse, and so
Yeah.
she must be mad as well. I always knew that, Maria. I always knew you were mad.
Yeah, pretty much. I think everybody who's around me has a little bit of crazy in them, you know. Why we click?
I'm pretty sane.
I don't know. We having this interview and I show. I show.